You should have seen the Indigenous Powerhouses at this place. My goodness, it blew my mind. Hi everyone, I attended the Runway of Resilience and I'm so excited to share my experience at this memorable event that celebrated Indigenous culture, creativity, and unity. So this event started off with a bit of nervousness for me. I attended solo, but the energy here was so welcoming and positive, I quickly felt at ease. It was hosted by Seeing Red Media and inspired by the theme of resilience. This event truly reflected strength and perseverance of Indigenous people. I was delighted to see many old friends. Right as I was entering the venue, Mr. Brian Porter, who's actually the founder of Seeing Red Media, greeted me and it was so great to catch up with him. So looking back at some of the footage here to help me gather my thoughts and think of my memories of this, I quickly started scoping out this astonishingly beautiful venue, Casa Loma, which I had never been to before, but it was gorgeous. I was overwhelmed even the hour and a bit before I saw it. Casa Loma is nestled in the heart of Toronto. It's a historic gem that's brimming with magnificence and charm. It has a Gothic revival style to its castle that captivates visitors with majestic towers, expansive gardens along the entire property, and intricate stonework throughout the architecture. So as you approach the venue, you're greeted by meticulously maintained grounds, and it offers a tranquil escape from the city and the hustle and bustle that is all surrounding the property. Inside, the castle has lavish interiors with ornate ceilings, exquisite woodwork, and elegant furnishings in each room. And each room tells a story of a bygone era. Casa Loma's timeless beauty and its rich history make it the perfect backdrop for an event that celebrates resilience and cultural heritage. It was the perfect venue. Great job, Seeing Red Media, for choosing Casa Loma. I was there for about an hour before the event started, mixing and mingling with guests and sampling snacks, of course. And my favorite snack by far was the ice cream featured by Zach Kijik and his booth that was in partnership with Chapman's Ice Cream. So Zach Kijik is a talented chef from the Chippewas of Nawash unceded First Nation. He's renowned for his culinary skills and passion for integrating Indigenous flavors with modern cuisine. His booth at the event was a true reflection of his dedication to showcasing traditional ingredients with a modern twist. The ice cream flavor that he was launching is called Weengushk, which is the Ojibwe word for sweetgrass. I've read a few articles that had quotes that I'd like to mention. So Zach said that the dessert tastes like a floral version of vanilla and it's balanced out by hints of maple syrup. One quote that I'd read says, replacing something as typical in the culinary world as vanilla with sweetgrass, and it's innovative to say the least. This quote was from Ashley Chapman, who's the chief operating officer of Chapman's. So what Zach Kijik is doing is truly pioneering. Zach's the owner of an Indigenous restaurant, Noggin. I was so happy that the event started off with ice cream, that's my style, and other hors d'oeuvres were shared amongst all of the guests as well. Now, the host MC for the evening was none other than Michaela Montana, eTalk's first Indigenous anchor. Her presence and words set the tone for the night, filled with beauty and pride. Michaela then introduced the founder of Seeing Red Media, Mr. Brian Porter himself. Brian's speech that he shared at the beginning of the event was passionate and heartfelt, and he gave a good storyline and insights into his reasoning for creating Seeing Red Media for the event itself, and it was really touching and connected with all audience members. You could feel the emotion in the space. I definitely was choked up when listening to it. After Brian's speech, we were treated to a breathtaking performance by James Jones, also known as Notorious Cree. His traditional hoop dance and modern approach to it, which he usually does, left everyone in complete awe. After Notorious Cree's performance, the first part of the fashion show began. Some of the fashion designers that were featured in the fashion show, I will add their links to the description below, but you can see some of the footage here as it was absolutely beautiful, impressive. It was inspiring to see these traditional and contemporary works of art all in front of us. And then Tia Wood took the stage. She's the first Indigenous woman to be signed to Sony Music, and her performance was nothing less than inspiring and fun and getting everyone dancing and grooving. Wow, I am such a nerd. The treats and hors d'oeuvres for the night were prepared by Mohawk chef Tanya Brandt, showcasing her incredible culinary talents. Some of the flavors that were shared were a beautiful fusion of tradition and traditional ingredients and innovation and modern style and flair as well. Featured at this event was also the House of Red art display, which allowed attendees to browse works of art that were featured by many of the artists and guests in attendance. The House of Red art curation was a visual feast. It featured authentic Indigenous art and designs that blended traditional elements with contemporary styles. Designers like Leslie Hampton and Emily Kawagishig showcased some of their stunning works in the space. I didn't spend too much time there, unfortunately, since I'm such a social butterfly. There were too many friends to be made. I'm just kidding. It was not a social butterfly experience, but I had a fun time socializing. After the fashion show part of the evening, I met so many people, some new friends, some old, some of whom were James Jones, also known as Notorious Cree. If you haven't heard of him, he's a massive influencer on TikTok, Instagram, and has recently started creating long form videos for YouTube. He told me himself that he's going to be doing that more, so check him out on YouTube. I also met Natalie Restool, Anishinaabe Kwe from Doki's First Nation, and I also met Tantu Cardinal, famous First Nations actress who casted in Killers of the Flower Moon and many other really popular Indigenous films that have been released over many, many years. I also met Michaela Montana, who is a Nehia Iskew from Frog Lake First Nation, Alberta. She's the first Indigenous news anchor for eTalk Canada, and she did an amazing job emceeing the event. So thank you so much, Chimigwech, for joining me on this unforgettable experience at the Runway of Resilience. If you want to stay updated on future events or connect with this amazing company that hosted this event, you can check them out on Instagram at We Are Seeing Red. Until next time, keep celebrating and supporting Indigenous artists and Indigenous culture. I'll see you next time.